Brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.
For attorney Neil Weir, it's a bittersweet decision on a landmark case he's fought for the past few years.
So it's disappointing today to receive word from the Supreme Court that they will not be taking up our case that argues for equal citizenship in U.S. territories.
Last year, a D.C. Circuit decision ruled that citizenship by birth on U.S. soil is not a, quote, fundamental right in U.S. territories. Specifically, the ruling in the Tua'ua versus United States case found that people born in American Samoa have no claim to U.S. birthright citizenship and instead are classified as, quote, non-citizen nationals. Weir is a former Guam resident and the president of the We the People Project and one of several attorneys behind the case. A petition was brought before the U.S. Supreme Court in hopes of appealing the decision this year. Weir says this denial will not only leave the plaintiffs, but American Samoans living in the states to bear a large burden.
They're not going to be able to vote in November, even though they are a resident of one of the 50 states. One of our plaintiffs who lives in Seattle, she's lost her job as a result of this inferior status, and so her employment opportunities in the future will continue to be put in peril.
The only way these thousands of passport-holding American Samoans living in the states will be able to exercise their vote will be through a naturalization process, which costs nearly $700. As for what it means for other U.S. territories like Guam,
by letting the D.C. Circuit's decision to stand, the court has let stand a decision which suggests that citizenship in U.S. territories like Guam and other territories can be revoked unilaterally by Congress, which is quite disturbing. It also sets the question what other constitutional rights Congress can strip away from the residents of Guam and other U.S. territories.
However, they didn't completely come up short, as Weir believes this case raised the national conversation on constitutional rights in U.S. territories.
While this particular case wasn't successful, we really have raised the national profile of these issues, which is particularly important in an election year as presidential candidates begin considering policies that will affect the more than 4 million residents living in U.S. territories.
In the meantime, Weir has another case before the federal district court over voting rights in U.S. territories. To join the fight, he encourages the people of Guam to sign a petition for equal rights at www.equallyamerican.org. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintaniza.
Brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.